Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cougars here on MLB The Show 22. That's right, the relocation franchise is back, and we are into some fun stuff in this episode. We've got the month of July ahead of us, which means Home Run Derby, All-Star festivities, and most importantly, trade deadline action. So I hope you guys are buckled in, got your popcorn ready, because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get right into the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's do this. Last time we left off, we finished the month of June and we got to the month of July. We are on July 12th right now against the Texans, currently, or against the Rangers, currently in a series with them, and we are currently 49-45. We did the draft in the last episode. If you want to go back and see that, you can. These are the draft picks that we had. These are the guys that we drafted. Not very eventful, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But the most important thing is we've got currently 3 starters for the American League in the All-Star game this year. Austin Riley at third base, Alejandro Kirk at catcher, and Pete Alonso at first base, which is very funny because Alejandro Kirk is currently our DH. And Sean Murphy's our starting catcher, but it looks like Alejandro Kirk is going to get the start at catcher. I don't know what's going on with the catching position. I mean, Sean Murphy's right there, but he's just not having as good a season as Alejandro Kirk is. So we are going to simulate these games. The rest of these games, we've got Home Run Derby stuff. I'm hoping that we can get both Pete Alonso and Austin Riley in the Home Run Derby. Jose De Jesus injured. Okay, we beat the Rangers, which is good. We beat the Rangers again. That's awesome. Now it's time for the Home Run Derby. We are going to be in Trust Park in Atlanta. Okay, very interesting. And we only have Austin Riley, so they didn't take Pete. He was just on the edge. Very interesting. So the defending Home Run Derby champion will not be involved. But we do get to be somebody, at least. We get to be Austin Riley. So let's jump in, play the Home Run Derby, see if we can go back-to-back with Cougar Home Run champions. Last year was Pete Alonso. Hopefully this year it'll be Austin Riley.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle head-to-head in a single elimination bracket. In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible. If a contestant hits 2 home runs 440 feet or further, they will earn an additional 30 seconds of bonus time. Let's get...
All right, well, we're going to skip through these guys because we don't really care about them. We are going to be matched up with Manny Machado. We're the 3rd seed going up against the 6th seed Manny Machado, so we have to worry about that. So next batter, Fernando Tatis hits 21. So now Joey Gallo, former Chicago Cougar actually, Joey Gallo, and he moves on hitting 22. So he's moving on to the second round. Now we got Giancarlo Don't Call Me Mike Stanton coming up to the plate. He hits 21 just like Fernando Tatis. So Rafael Devers knows what he has to do. He has to hit 22, and he couldn't do it, only 18 in the 4 minutes. So Stanton and Gallo will battle for the spot in the finals, and now it is time for Manny Machado to come up and see what we have to match. So he only hit 13. That's a beautiful thing. Only 13 home runs for Manny Machado. We have 4 minutes to hit 14 home runs, plus we have extra time if we can get it. We're going to definitely try, but Austin Riley has had a fantastic season. Absolutely fantastic season. We got the first of 2 home runs to hit bonus time, but we just got to calm down here. We're wasting a little bit too much time hitting foul balls. That was a deep, dead center shot that we just hit right there. Austin Riley's been such a good player for us this season. I'm so happy that we traded for him. We've had our moments with him in the actual series, in the games, and now he's here showing off his home run ability in the All-Star break, representing the Chicago Cougars, and hopefully representing him with a big-time Home Run Derby championship. But there are some pretty good players in this derby. We got Giancarlo Stanton, we got Joey Gallo, we got other guys. I forget who else was on the list. Okay, so we've got 6 home runs. with about 2 minutes to go, and our energy is draining. We still don't have the other home run for the bonus time. I need to focus up here, not talk about how good Austin Riley's been. I need to actually show it on the field. We're just not getting a lot of the power that I'm looking for here. All right, we're gonna probably go one more, maybe. Yeah, let's go one more and then a timeout called. All right, okay, call the timeout, get the energy back. We've got a minute. We got a minute to hit 7. Ooh, I can't be taking those. No, Riley, don't go down in the first round. That was a good one. That was a good one too, but it's, oh, just curve fair. That one doesn't go, it was dead center. Unless one of these goes for 440, I don't think we're gonna get the bonus time and move on to past Manny Machado. Nope, we had to hit that one, we're not gonna do it. Austin Riley will fall to Machado by 2. He only hit 13 and I couldn't do it. That's brutal. So Austin Riley falls to Machado. Nolan Arenado and Juan Soto are the other 2 batters in this thing. Arenado hits 13 as well. Now we have Juan Soto of the New York Yankees. He moves on with 14. So it's Machado, Soto, Stanton, and Gallo in the semifinals. And we've got Joey Gallo versus Machado. Joey Gallo versus Machado. Machado hits 16 at the start of the finals, and Joey Gallo hits 17. Joey Gallo is your home run derby champion. Congratulations to him. Former Chicago Cougar player. You gotta think we might have had a shot at it if I would have just been able to hit more than 11 home runs. That's kind of frustrating, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. All right, so as I was jumping into the game against for the All-Star break, or the All-Star game, the Reds and Dodgers made a trade. Aristides Aquino is headed to LA for Alex De Jesus and Rodrigo Quintana. So a nice young prospect in Alex De Jesus. I don't know why the Reds wanted him. They have a ton of shortstops already, but hey, whatever. He's a good young prospect. I think he's a top 50. And Rodrigo Quintana could be a young right fielder, although he's 23 years old, 56 overall, so that's probably not good. But the real big piece was De Jesus. But Aristides Aquino headed to LA. We are going to actually only play the at-bats for our guys. So we're going to have quick counts on. We have no starting pitchers, I don't think. We don't have Eduardo Rodriguez. We don't have Aaron Savale, Framber Valdez, Marco Gonzalez. No, none of these guys. And no relief pitchers and no bullpen guys. So we only have to worry about hitting. So we have Pete Alonso makes it as a DH. He just didn't make the home run derby. So we have Pete Alonso, we have Austin Riley, and we have Alejandro Kirk. Okay. So Pete Alonso doesn't actually make it as first baseman. Jared Walsh beat him out, but he does make it as the DH. Anybody on the bench? Tyler Soderstrom. What are you doing here? We traded you. That's right. And you're in the you're an all-star in your first season in the big leagues. Good for you. Good for you. We don't have anybody else on the bench. No, nobody else on the bench. So we only have to worry about those 3 guys. So let's get into the game, jump into it. So we're going to swing here. We're going to swing here. We're going to swing here. And now we have Pete Alonso. So we're going to enter the game, and we are going to do this. 25 home runs was not good enough to get Pete Alonso in the home run derby, which is upsetting. Maybe if Pete was in it, we would have gotten the W. Who knows? 3-2 count to Pete, though, so we're starting hot. We got runners on first and second, 1 out. In the top of the first going against Walker Buehler, and that was a beautiful pitch. Wow. That cutter I was not sitting on at all. He gets me. And now we go to the other half of the inning. We've got Eloy Jimenez, who we can swing on, and now we can jump in and play with Austin Riley. All right. Let's see what we got here. Come on, Austin. I need to get something out of you. There's a fastball down low. Goes for a ball. Still got Walker Buehler in the game. And 2-1 count. Riley will take a good swing at that. That's got some carry to it, but not enough carry. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough carry for the ball to get out of there, so we will go to the next inning. We've got Alejandro Kirk coming to the plate here. 1-2 count against Shohei Ohtani, who I wanted to be a Chicago Cougar, but we could not pay him enough money. He's not a Cougar player, and he throws a fastball 97 miles an hour for a ball. Okay. Come on, Kirk. I know you got something in you. I know you got something, and you've been a really good player for us this season. That's going to go up the third base line. Machado barehands it and throws it to first at Freddie Freeman, and that is first out of the inning. That was a great throw by Manny Machado. Great play. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Swing and swing and swing. All right, so now we can make a pitching change, bring in Garrett Cole, and then simulate the half inning. And now we got Pete Alonso up again. All right. Let's see what Pete's got. We're down 2-0 going up against Dustin May. So we played against Walker Buehler, Shohei Ohtani, and Dustin May now. And that's going to be a foul ball on the slurve. Come on, Pete. I need something from you. Ooh, that was a high one. Okay, I wasn't ready for that. Those high cutters, I don't know why. They're so hard for me to hit. They shouldn't be, but they are. And he threw the slurve up high. Wow. So back-to-back strikeouts for Pete Alonso. Not looking great for the man, the polar bear, out of the All-Star game. And that is going to be an error, actually, to give Austin Riley a chance to hit. We got a runner on first and second, just like we did in the previous at-bat, I think, right? With Alonso, wasn't it? And that's going to be right down Main Street. That should be 2 runs scored. Giancarlo Stanton playing center field for some reason. We're going to send the man home from first, and Austin Riley delivers a 2-run double with 1 out. Yes, Austin Riley. That's what I'm talking about. Give that fist pump action. Great job there. Now we'll go back to quick manage, and we will get out there with Trevor Story. So now Alejandro Kirk comes to the plate with a chance to take the lead. Can we do it? Come on, Kirk. Give me a good pitch, Dustin May. He didn't... that was not the pitch I was asking for. That was not the pitch I was asking for. It's okay, though. If we can get something low in the zone, Kirk can lift it. That was not what I was... oh, but he messed up. Send him to third. Send him to third. He makes it. And Alejandro Kirk got to second, too. I don't know why they didn't just throw it to second. That would have been easier. He's got 12 speed. But now we will get out of this because these aren't our guys. 2 runs scored. We take the lead. Bo Bichette. Good job, dude. And now we go to the end of the inning. So we have a 4-2 lead. We're going to bring in Savale next, and he will get out of the inning. Now we've got Pete Alonso. All right. Pete Alonso up to the plate. This is going to be Pete's last at-bat of the night, and Pete Alonso will unfortunately ground that into the shift. They're playing the shift in the All-Star game. A little suspicious. But hey, it is what it is. We move on now. We swing, and now we got Austin Riley up. 2 outs, runner on first, 4-2 game in the top of the 5th. Come on, Riley. Yes. Yes, sirree. That's going to get down. Austin Riley, 2 for 3 on the day in the All-Star game. You love to see it. He's got 2 of the 4 runs. He is playing really well. Here's the other guy who has the other 2 runs, and he gets another one with an RBI. And now it is Alejandro Kirk with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, runner on first and second, and a chance to extend this lead even further. Get some more insurance. 2-2 count, and that is going to be thankfully called for a ball instead of a check swing, called third strike. 3-2 count to Kirk. Will he walk me or will I get an RBI? He will strike me out. That was not the option I said. There was a reason. And he will strike me out. Okay. So now we will bring in a pitching change. It'll be Framber Valdez, and we will go into the next. Okay, so now we got to do pinch hit. Bring in Wander Franco, swing, and then pinch hit for Miles Straw, and bring in Luis Robert. Oops, I just did the inning. That's my bad. That is my bad, but that was a couple guys' last at-bats, I think. Oh, no, that is not good. It's 6-7 now. Not good. Austin Riley, we had his last at-bat, so he will be pinch hit for by Bregman. Swing there. A solo home run for Alex Bregman. That was a good idea to pinch hit him. And now we've got Trevor Story at second base, which means Brandon Lau can come in. He'll get a single. Alejandro Kirk, unfortunately, has to get pinch hit for. All of our guys are done. So Tyler Soderstrom can come in, former Chicago Cougar player, and he can ground out. And now we got Wander Franco up, Luis Robert, Juan Soto. We didn't get a chance to pinch hit him, so he will come in for Gallo, or Gallo will come in for him. And then we've got, who else? Gallo's still up, right? 3-run home run for Joey Gallo. Okay, we are back on top. Pinch hit for you will be Rafael Devers. Pete Alonso's day is done. And now we go to the bottom of the 7th. We can bring in, let's see, who should we bring in? We should probably bring in Nick Anderson. That'll be good. We do get out of that, so we will swing there. Pinch hit for Jimenez with Rosario. Swing there, and now we can simulate the half inning because everybody else has been pinch hit for. Pitching change, we can bring in Romano now. Jordan Romano to get it done. Jordan Romano, what are you doing there? We lose because of that. Jordan Romano loses the game in the bottom of the 8th. Well, that wasn't what I was hoping for. That was not what I was hoping for. All right, Ketel Marte with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in the All-Star game. Luis Robert hit a home run. Joey Gallo hit a home run. A lot of home runs from people in the All-Star game. And now we move on. Now we move on to the trade deadline, the important trade deadline. We got a huge series against the Astros, and then we got another huge series against the Astros. So let's see what we can do against them. We take 1 of 3 against them. Not ideal. Ahmed Rosario gets traded to the Tigers. We got a big series against the Astros again. We take 3 of 4 against the Astros. That's massive. 56-50. Right now, we are 2.5 games back of the wild card. This is our best season to date. And we take 1 of 3 against the Rays. So we've got to make some changes here. We've got to do something on our team to get better. And I think it has to do with the pitching rotation. Jack Flaherty and Jose Barrios have not performed very well. And I mean, neither is Tyler Glasnow, really. Jack Flaherty, I don't think Jack is our ace. And Jose Barrios is not pitching well either. And then in terms of the lineup, I mean, everybody seems to be hitting pretty well. I do want to get 28 home runs for Austin Riley. He's a stud. I do want to get another right fielder, a better right fielder. So we need to go to the trade deadline. We need to, actually, let me look at the trade block first. Is there anybody, like a right fielder or a starting pitcher that's on the block already? We've got nobody of interest right now. Matt Chapman, not interested in. Kershaw, no. Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill's good, but we're not in the business of getting prospects. And I'm not seeing anybody. Tyler O'Neill we got rid of. And I'm not seeing anybody on the trade block. So we're going to have to make our own trade if we want to do it. So Jack Flaherty's going to have to be the guy to go. We just need to shake things up. I don't think he's going to help us. Shane Baz is 9-8. He's not having that great of a season. Alek Manoah is 10-5, but he's cold right now. And for budget restraints, we can't trade for him. Savali was just an all-star. Savali, but he's 7-7. That got you an all-star appearance? All right, Jordan Blazevich is 8-6. Nobody's really having like a dominant season. Aaron Nola is 12-5. He's having a pretty good season. Trevor Rogers, 4-13. Yikes. Okay. Who is going to be the guy? Who is the guy that we go for? I mean, obviously a guy like Shohei, but we're not going to be able to afford a guy like Shohei. Good. He's actually making a little bit less money than what Jack Flaherty's making, and he's having a better season. 13-6 for Shohei. We'd have to throw in something else. What would be the guy that we throw into the deal? Maikel Franco could be the guy. Yeah, Maikel Franco gets the job done. Is that who I want to throw into the deal, though? We could throw in Pedro Fernandez. We don't really need another second baseman, so we're going to trade for Shohei Ohtani. I talked about how I wanted to get him on the team, and he's a 96 overall. He's 1 overall better than Flaherty. He's $1 million cheaper, a little bit over $1 million cheaper, and he is having a much better season. So we're going to do this trade, bring in Shohei Ohtani to be that star pitcher, and now we're going to look to trade Jose Barrios, maybe. Maybe we could get Shane Bieber. If we could pull off a trade for Shane Bieber, It would cost us a little bit more, but if we could pull off a trade to get Shane Bieber, that would be, I think, really, really good. Ethan Lidlow, that gets it done. Jose Barrios for Shane Bieber. All right, I'm not messing around, ladies and gentlemen. I am not messing around. We are going for gold here. We are going for the playoffs, whether it be the division or whether it be the wild card. We cannot have another season where we don't make the playoffs. So we've got to figure out what we can trade here. It's got to be somebody that's cheap because we don't have a lot of money. Glasnow is making a lot. Is Casey Mize that guy? He's got a 3.6 ERA. We might come back to Casey Mize. What about Brady Singer? 5-8? Nah. I mean, he's hot right now, but he's not having a great season. We already looked at Blazevich. Kyle Freeland's having an okay season. Some of these guys are definitely cheaper, so that's good. Not Robbie Ray. We looked at Trevor Rogers already. Who else could we go for that's cheaper? Josiah Gray, he's at 3-11. Yikes. Okay. Nick Lodolo's at 6-10. He's not having a great season. Zach Gallen's a 4.23 ERA. I mean, oh my God, Dustin May's having a fantastic season. I don't know if we can get him though. I'll definitely try. We're gonna have to throw in somebody of value. Probably another starting pitcher. I like all the starting pitchers that we have. I think we've got really good depth at starting pitcher, so we don't have to worry too much about our depth here, which is why I wouldn't hate throwing in Hunter Green. In AAA, he's 11-6 right now, so he's really hot, but we've had an experiment here in a couple seasons in the big leagues, and he just hasn't really performed, so I guess seeing Hunter Green go out the door wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, it does hurt me kind of because I do love Hunter Green. I do think that he's a good player, but to get Dustin May on the team, I don't think we have the assets along with him to get it. If we trade Christian Pache, it would get it done. I don't think I want to do that though. Ooh, this is tough. This is a tough thing to do. Nobody there. I don't think Dustin May's the guy, especially if we have to trade Hunter Green. I mean, maybe we trade Hunter Green a little bit later in the years, but at least I don't think it's the right time right now to trade him. But who else is having a good season that's not super expensive? What about Tarek Skubal? He's having an okay season. Obviously, we know we looked at Shane Baz, but we can't get him. Aaron Savale is an all-star. Blazevich, we wouldn't be able to. We'd have to give up more for Blazevich. Corbin Burns is too much money. Logan Gilbert's a 3.15 ERA. He's got an 8-6 record. We'd have to give up a lot more for Logan Gilbert. So I don't think that's the idea or the ideal thing to do. 3-14 for Ian Anderson's not where I want to go with that. What about Sixto Sanchez? He's 7-9. Sandy Alcantara, 7-9 as well with a 4 ERA. Man, people are struggling out here. People are struggling. Luis Severino has a pretty low ERA. He wouldn't cost us too much money. We already looked at Josiah Gray. That's right. We already looked at him. He had a rough season so far. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. I don't know where to go with this trade. Do we try to go back and get Dustin May? We'd probably have to pay him, right? Yeah, he's going to be a free... we can't do that. We'd have to pay him next season. We're already going to have to pay a couple of guys. Dylan Cease probably we're going to have to pay. So we keep looking. I'm going to keep scrolling around here, see what we got. This guy's struggling. Is it going to be Tariq Skubal? Is he having a decent season? He's definitely cheaper. He's got arbitration for another season. 83 overall for an 80 overall. A lot less money. Then we could probably get away with giving them somebody like a Maikel Franco. Or maybe not. Who could we get rid of? Joe Rizzo, maybe? Victor Rizzo's having an okay season, but he's 27. Although Kevin Smith just made an all-star appearance, so maybe he's got a little bit more value. And then we don't really have a lot of depth. We have depth at pitcher, but not amazing depth. I could give you Javier Vasquez. Okay, so let's bring in Scooble. We free up a little bit of money with Tyler Glasnow's contract getting off the books. So we bring in 3 starting pitchers to kind of help this team out. Hopefully that works. And now I want to go for a right fielder. I really want to get a right fielder. Juan Soto is going to be way too much. I really want to get a good right fielder. I mean, I know we have Gavin Lux, and Gavin Lux is a good overall. He's a good player, but I want to get a good right fielder. And maybe Gavin Lux is the guy to get the deal done. But I definitely want to get a good right fielder. Kyle Tucker, we have to pay him if we trade for him. He's having a decent season. Okay, Teoscar Hernandez. I want to get a guy that's probably like late 80s, early 90s. Bryce Harper would cost too much money, but we could bring Bryce Harper in. He's having a good season, slugging .533. His contract, he's locked up for a while. I don't know if, I guess Bryce Harper's an option. We could get Elijah Green, I guess. Bryce Harper is an option. Ow, I just hit my elbow. Bryce Harper is an option, but he's going to cost us way too much money. Mookie Betts is going to cost us way too much. See, that's the problem with right fielders. They're just going to cost us way too much money. At least the really high overall established ones. Bryce Harper did just make an all-star appearance, didn't he? At 32, he's got 22 home runs so far, 294 average. Trading Gavin Lux along with somebody else. Maybe it's got to be Dermis. It might have to be Dermis. I do enjoy Dermis, but he's not really playing that well, and he's not that great of a player anyway. So we're not going to have a lot of money after this. But that is a crazy trade deadline that we just pulled off here. Pitcher rotation, Ohtani, Bieber, and Scooble come in. Wow, okay. We just shook things up crazy. Getting Bryce Harper to be our right fielder now. I told you I wanted a right fielder. I told you I wasn't messing around. We're not going to have any money. We are really going for gold here. $577. We're paying a lot of people a lot of money. And Austin Riley's going to need a contract. Yordan Alvarez is going to need a contract. We're going to have to move some people around in the offseason. But I want to make the playoffs in this season. This is year number 4. I want to make the playoffs. I really do. So our first game, I think that's all the trades that we can make, that we can afford to make. So we're going to simulate the trade deadline. Our first game is a win. That's good, at least. That's a good sign. We won 2-1. Jack Leiter gets a victory. Jack Leiter's having a good season. And now we will go to August, and we will play a road game against maybe the Tigers or maybe the Mets. Probably the Tigers or the Mets. Probably the Tigers in the middle here, because I don't think we've played the Tigers yet. So let's simulate this series against the Royals. That's a huge sweep. We just swept them 4 games. Wow, we don't usually do that. Taguchi's no longer injured. What is going on? We're having a... Oh, I told you. I told you, boys, I was going for gold. I told you, boys, I was going for gold. We got to get rid of this stuff because I don't care about this stuff. All right. And now if we go to the standings, we are 5.5 games back of the Astros, but we are in the wild card for the first time ever. We are actually a chance at a wild card. And we have not lost a game since the trade deadline. We have not lost a game since the trade deadline. Oh my God. Oh, we're playing one of these games against the Tigers. We might want to play this game against Chad McAlpin. That would be funny. That would be really, really funny. Although we could play Shohei Ohtani or Shane Bieber. I kind of want to play the series against the game against Chad McAlpin. So let's do that. We finally lose. We've lost 2 games so far against the Tigers. That's a little bit upsetting, but we do beat the Tigers there. So we have a chance to split the series 2-2. 4.5 games back of the Astros and tied for the wild card against the Tigers too. This So this is a massive series, but we've only lost 2 games since the trade deadline. I'd say that that was a pretty successful deadline. We made some absolutely mind-blowing moves to make this team better. I told you I wanted to make this team good. I wanted to make the playoffs. I wanted to go for the gold this year. We almost got fired after last season. I cannot have that happen again. We got to make the playoffs. We gotta win a World Series. That's what we're doing here. We're forgetting about money. Forget about the budget. Who cares about the budget? We are going for gold, and so far it's paid off because we've only lost 2 games since the deadline. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going into the next episode, and we can make the postseason. We still got all of August and all of September left to go, so there's still a lot of baseball left to be played, and we're only 4.5 games back of the Astros, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that we could end up winning the division for the first time as a franchise. That would be amazing. But wow, what a video. All-Star festivities were awesome, but the trade deadline definitely took over. Shane Bieber, Shohei Ohtani, and then who was the last guy? Tarek Skubal, and then Bryce Harper. 4 massive trades. Wow, I can't even believe it. I hope you guys are excited. Let me know down below what you thought, and make sure you don't miss next episode because we get to see the debut, on-camera debut, of Bryce Harper. And we get to go up against former Chicago Cougar pitcher Chad McAlpin. So hopefully we can bully him a little bit and split this series 2-2. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was an absolutely wild one. Let me know what you thought about it. Hit that like button if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.